Happy Spoopy days, everybody!
Hi.
Woo!
Welcome to the spoopy edition of Video Hosers. Can you
Yeah,
hear me through this mask?
we're gonna do it with these masks the whole time.
The
Um,
whole show. No, we're not. This is really hot. Can I take this off?
okay.
Have we gotten through the joke already? Oh! Oh! Oh. I just have my regular face
Oh,
underneath.
I
Oh,
took my
God.
headphones.
Now I'm all sweaty.
Oh no,
Thanks,
it must be
Adam.
bad. Oh, what the hell's on my nose?
Is there makeup on your nose?
Oh, I bet you it is. Because I bet you I wore that mask when we did the makeup video like months ago.
Use your rich eye creams at night.
And I
Wow,
just
it came back to haunt you.
yeah, I just took the mask off and put it. Yo, yeah. Yeah, I can see on the inside of the nose, it's all goop.
Ew.
It, it did come back to haunt
Wow.
me. That's
All that time.
that's gross. I'm probably gonna get a rash now. Look what we do for you people, all you hosers out there and honorary hosers. It's this is going to air early for us. This is going to air on Friday the 13th, so it's pre-accepted bad luck that I would, get a pimple because of the show.
Before we get too deep into this,
Oh,
it
okay.
is the Halloween season. I think it's important that we tell everybody that they have to stay safe on Halloween.
Good call.
And what better way to do that than with our friends Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
And Lewis.
Your pals at Disney's DuckTales want you to have a safe and happy
Like
Halloween.
a hurricane.
Don't go out alone. Trick or treat with friends. It's dark at night, so wear a bright
Friends,
costume and a
yep.
mask you can
Oh,
see out
sweet
of easily.
costumes.
He's too wrapped up in his world.
Visit only the homes you know.
Only?
Eat only
But
store-wrapped
then I'm not going to
treats.
get enough candy.
Yeah.
For apples?
Have
No,
a
I don't want to
safe
blow
and
for
happy
apples.
Halloween from your friends at DuckTales.
There you go.
That's a funny thing
All
to
right.
say. They only visit the houses you know. It's assuming in the late 80s the population was as tight and controlled and suburban that you actually knew your neighbors by the late 80s.
Because so many kids were disappearing in the 80s. That was like
Yeah.
peak disappearing kids.
You're watching Channel 7, WKBW TV, Buffalo. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
I don't remember if we did this on WOC or if we did this on Hosers where I brought out this Thunder Punch He-Man.
I think it was on. I don't remember either.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think it was on Hosers, but I'm
Yeah,
not
we did the
100% sure.
two very close to each other, but normally they're very spaced out.
It was on Video Hosers. Last
Okay.
episode of Video Hosers.
Right. Okay. So it's a good thing that I brought this because then I went and got new caps.
You
So
got some caps.
We got some new
All
caps
right.
in here. So I don't think you're going to hear much of it on. I'll come close to so I can hold it by the mic. But
Don't burn yourself.
no,
Or
it's
don't
just-
punch yourself. Oh, I heard it.
But
Yeah,
what makes
totally.
it cool is this: when you open it up his back.
Oh, he's smoking.
Yeah.
Children, remember, don't smoke. Listen to Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Don't smoke and don't go to random strangers' houses on Halloween.
He-Man's like, come on, kids, you want to be a man? You should smoke.
Yeah, smoke from your back. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
You get that
90s
hit?
that fucking
that-
80s kid smell.
Get that sweet hit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That clears up my nose.
Well, what do we have on store today, Adam? What do we have coming up?
Spoopy things.
Spoopy things.
Yeah. Honestly did not think in the long run of doing some Canadian horror stuff. And then I thought about, which we've done on other shows. And then I thought about all the great PSAs that exist out there for Halloween, which before you and I were doing stuff, I was dropping those like they were hot all over my page before. The amount of them that says like, don't wear a costume that's too long, you might set fire to it. Like that was a logical thing
Yeah.
while walking around to someone's house.
It's possible. You could spark on the ground, right?
There's a great one with a talking pumpkin that's like way too chillax. That makes it extra creepy.
I think about how much fun Halloween is. I also worry a little bit about the things that can spoil the fun of Halloween. Those kinds of things scare me too, but in a different way.
But we don't need to warn you kids this time. This time is all just about fun. And because it's about fun, I think we're going to start things off with a cartoon.
Oh, all right. Let's do it.
Yeah. You tell me immediately who you think these guys are among.
Step on it, Dingbat. We've only got 10 minutes to get to our new job.
Sure thing, Blob.
Sure thing, blah.
That's right. That like cartoon Dracula say blah.
Oh, well, that's handy. Oh, it was mouse controlled.
Just what I thought.
Was he like centering them now so that they're ready to go again?
He said he was giving them a tune up.
Mm.
What's TTT stand for? Transylvania tow trucks.
Oh, this is totally the Three Stooges, isn't it?
Yep. Dingbat is this
So
guy.
this is
who's
Larry.
Yeah, but why it's Dingbat in the Creep? It should be nobody in the Creep because the pumpkin's called Nobody.
Nah. Larry needs some time to shine.
Yeah.
Going through your whole life named Fine.
This up,
You need some time to shine.
jobs.
Good old fine.
I'll give you a job.
I'll give you a
For the
job.
next 5 years paying for these damages. Now I'll be back soon, and I want this
I-
entire mess cleaned.
I don't know how they're going to
before
pay for all those damages. They destroyed his entire facility.
Which somehow is
We
back
better
in the
get
next
some
scene
gas.
as they work there now.
There, it's all fixed up and looking better than before.
Oh, boop, boop, boop.
Fill her up.
What would you like? Irregular or creepy?
Regular or creepier?
Yes, sir. At your
I've been living
service,
off
sir.
a regular for a long time.
Dingbat
I need more
changed
brand
the
to be more
oil.
regular.
Oh, what would you like me to change it into?
The football.
Oops. Wait. How did he pop a tire?
By kicking it, yeah.
Yes, sir. 97
Nobody is very
gallows,
dangerous.
98
It's a dangerous
gallows,
pumpkin.
99 gallows. Hey, nobody.
Gallows, not gallons. That's
You
good.
empty-headed numbskull. Shut off the gas.
You
and
empty-headed
get out of the
numbskull.
car. We got a tire to fix.
What you want me to do, nobody?
I don't think skeletons can do all these things.
Yeah, he's a very special skeleton. I mean, nobody is like a cartoon character's like magic bag that can pull things out of his head forever. But yeah,
I think I know.
Boney
Yeah,
or
why
whatever
does
the hell
he-
his name is.
Why does he have a plunger on his head, of all things?
It makes him look dumb.
That was a close call. At least there was no damage. There's gonna be
Maybe
Is one
I
of
have-
these Welker?
like it.
Gotta be.
Don't
Um,
worry, we'll have it fixed in a jiffy. This is gonna be a piece of pie. With our
Ghoul
ghoul
tools.
Tools.
Screwdriver. Hammer.
There's an entire mummy in there, too?
Yeah,
My god.
they always keep that little thing around too. It doesn't always say ghoul tools, but it's always there.
Molten lava.
It's just whatever they need it to be.
Yeah, it's their Isn't that what a thing? What was
It's,
the name?
it's like Mary Poppins' bag.
Oh yeah, that too.
It be beautiful.
Before
Beautiful.
you go, we gotta show you our special creep features. Hurry up, you goons! First, we have the horrible.
Aren't they the
horse.
goons? They
Yeah.
look like hired goons to me.
Now there's a gorilla inside the car.
Then there's our safety creep belt.
Maybe I've just aged away from
Piece of being chased.
Stooges humor, but it's like every joke in this, like every joke is fast, but every joke is bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's because it's a
What you did,
pale comparison to the Stooges.
I'll wax it clean as a cockroach.
Turtle acting.
And I'll blot it. Don't worry, Mommy. I'll bling it back in a blip.
Bling it.
Bling it, yeah.
Hurry it up.
He's so proud of himself.
Right. The police are here just in time to arrest
Congratulations. You've caught the 2 bank robbers we've been after. Here's your reward money.
Look at that. I don't think that's how that works.
Taking from the stolen loot.
Yeah, taken from the store. Nobody's gonna count it. Just, here you go.
They stole 3 bags. You can have 3% of that. 33% of that.
Anytime.
Leave it to nobody to take care of everything.
Leave it to nobody. Drag away your whole story.
The whole thing. It pumps and all.
And that is literally how it ends.
Well, there you go. What a beautiful cartoon.
Yeah.
Truly the dingbattiest of the creeps.
Yeah. There was a shocking moment where that existed for 1 season of Heathcliff, and then Dingbat and his creeps disappeared and never came back.
Oh, so sad. Oh, well, that was great. That was a great cartoon for what it was, at least.
A great cartoon that was from the 80s with Heathcliff, but felt like it was from the 70s because everything was the return of Universal Monsters in the 70s because it was everywhere.
The Monsters with glow-in-the-dark features, each sold separately from Remco.
Last, a couple of weeks ago, we watched the Elvira pilot together, which was pretty good for what it was. I'm not surprised that it didn't go to series. It's kind of too bad that it didn't, because I think it probably could have lasted. It definitely had legs.
You know what I'm saying? And she knows how to use them.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. But I was looking through my collection and I found a really great Elvira segment that I thought we might watch here. So why don't I put that on?
Elvira is very hip these days too. Hips and legs.
So this is from Into the Night, which was a Rick Dees. Yeah, he had his own talk show back
I can't
in the
visualize
day.
what Rick Dees looks like, but I was haunted by his radio shows.
Well, that is him.
It's time for another chapter of Rick's Radio Theater. And now, part 1 of tonight's horror drama, Halloween. Brought to you by Baskin and Goblin's Ice Cream. The ice cream we all scream for.
Basket and Robbins.
It was Halloween
Heath
night,
had his own mail
outside
lady.
a storm raged on. But inside, the babysitter sat safe. The babysitter sat safe and
Elvira
warm,
Flub.
drinking cocoa and watching her favorite TV show.
It's almost better at flubbing. That's a pretty good Peggy. She's got the shake.
Or was she?
We interrupt this program for a special bulletin. Be on the lookout for a deranged criminal with no teeth and a limp that sounds like this.
Oh, Adam, they're talking about you.
Your doors. You've got to lock the door.
Maybe missing this tooth. They don't have a limp.
Not yet.
But it was too late. Slowly,
Mike.
the babysitter opened the door.
Mr. Dress Up with punk hair is behind them.
And there stood a ghoulish monster.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it looks like Andy Dick with Tina Turner hair.
Babysitter trembled. Nice. When suddenly she realized it was just a boy wearing a tin baby.
Really good peg.
Trick or treat, trick or treat. Sure, little boy. Here, have some.
Oh, Rick Dees has a TV show and all he can do is make radio jokes? What the fuck?
All right. Candy bars? And
Yeah, I guess they must have done this every episode.
when
Some sort of
suddenly the monster tore off
radio
his
play.
little boy mask
Yeah,
to
I have a
reveal
feeling there's a reason it didn't last that long.
Yeah, I think it only lasted a season.
I knew
I
that
have a
Rick
couple
Dees
of
had
episodes.
to look like
I'll get
Robert
you.
Palmer with a bad
you.
tan.
And her little dog too. Oh, the babysitter staggered backwards, smashing into the piano. And into the garbage can.
He just has so much
And
presence.
onto the dog's toy.
So much
Like-
presence, yeah.
And
Cool,
then
but
onto
by
the
comparison to
dog.
everyone else here, Elvira really stands out.
Yeah.
And not because she's
And
beautiful,
finally,
just because she's
into
a
the
really great
priceless
performer.
Ming
Yeah.
Buzz.
Oh, I should have smashed.
Finally.
Yeah, there we go.
Rick had to take something into his own hands.
Back to the okay.
Miraculously, it didn't break.
Oops.
Sorry.
Didn't read the script for his own show before this. Just winging it.
It sounds like that's part of the shtick that they're not supposed to, because it looks like Elvira hasn't read it
With nowhere to
before.
go, the babysitter took her last step backwards and turned on the TV.
And the boom mic guy is in a dog costume?
And ran out as fast as his limping little foot could carry him. Well, tune in next time when you'll hear the monsters say,
Hey, Elvira, what you gonna do for Halloween?
and you'll hear Elvira say, not tonight, Rick. I have a headache. Oh, I mean, I have a headstone.
Headstone?
I have a headstone. I love that.
Will the monster
Both
ever
are terrible
make
jokes.
Elvira howl? Will the babysitter run out of treats and start giving out tricks? Will Yoko
Whoa.
Ono ever marry Sonny Bono and become Yoko Ono Bono?
Here you go. There's Elvira on Into the Night with Rick Dees, ill-fated talk show that was hosted by Rick Dees sometime in the 80s.
I'll tell a reason why, probably even in the early 90s, I bet, by the look of it.
I think it is 1990.
Yeah.
But that was Halloween 1990.
Because it definitely had that like beginning of the 90s, that like last season of Night Court era type suits and stuff like that. You know what? I have more cartoons.
You have more cartoons?
This is only going to be like 30 seconds though. This is a teaser.
Okay.
Since this is going to air just before my Son of Terrible Fest Halloween party. The first part of Son of Terrible Fest is some short films that were sent to me for the Spring Terrible Fest, but I don't want to wait to play them. I wanted to play them early. Yeah. Oddly, after doing the Dirty Show last month, I realized how shockingly PG my choices are. Almost everything I'm playing, like I think people are going to expect.
It's not just chirpy then.
No, like it's nothing like that. None of these are. Yeah, it's very, very tame, the stuff that I'm playing. Interesting though, and weird. So I think that suits. So you'll see a thing in there that says sauce clip. It was one of the first things that was sent to me this year, which at first I thought, oh no, the people who made the short film Sauced with a D sent their filming again. But no, it was an animation. And it's very weird. And we're just gonna watch like the first like 30 seconds or so that you get an idea of what's happening to a little cartoon character called Sam.
All right.
Oh no, he's called Kevin. Sam is the guy who made it. Sam Edison, I think, is the animator.
Oh, mail's coming.
From space.
I don't think I want space mail.
Like email, but bigger.
What the hell?
Is that a California raisin? Looks kind of like a California raisin.
It's a very old and tired tomato.
A mail truck that's in my driveway? It's blocking my whole driveway, and I got to get to work now. I got a big deadline this week.
Yeah.
Hello?
911 hung up
Hello?
on him. Wow. How much of a putz do you have to be for 911 to hang up on you?
Get your honey out of my driveway.
Oh, Keith is his name, right?
And he looks like a Keith.
He does.
Uh-oh.
That's all you get. You have to know what's going to happen to Keith.
Wow. Complete
for those
madness.
Who cannot make it to the event, because people around the world get to see this, the magic of the internet. On the Riot at the Movies page on October 17th, there'll be a 35-minute little special that I made that will play 5 of the shorts. We're going to squish in 5 of the shorts there, and you will get to see what happens to Keith. Sauce will appear in its full 4.5-minute special that's there, along with a few other surprises. So that'll happen at like 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time live. So there'll be that little chat if you want to do that, but that'll be available on the on my YouTube page, but only until about 1 o'clock in the morning. Then it disappears, because again, when I share these shorts that come into me, I don't want to keep them there forever, because they're going to send them to other festivals too.
Course.
So it's not up to
you
to
to hog them.
Yeah, but
you're not a short hogger.
I'm not a short. I don't even want to know what that means. That do not.
I have no idea.
do
Let's
not
look it
type
up on
into
Urban Dictionary
Yeah.
right now.
I was just gonna say, don't type short hogger into Urban.
Oh, sorry, we couldn't find short hogger. Well, Adam, one of my favorite parts about Halloween, in fact, all year round, is the funhouse at any amusement park. Every time we go to an amusement park, every time we go to the carnival, doesn't matter. If there's a fun house or a haunted house, I'm riding it. It could be the shittiest thing in the world. I love getting on them because there's just something so enjoyable about cheesy fun houses or cheesy haunted houses. And I found a tape recently that had a whole Discovery Channel special about fun houses. So I thought I'd pull just a little bit of that out of it and show you this amazing looking fun house. Here we go.
I love fun.
We now return to thrills,
excuse me,
chills,
sorry.
and spills.
I love fun houses.
Ever since man cowered in his cave, night has symbolized
That's where I cower.
danger. A mysterious
I'm cowering
door
right now in
where
my cave.
evil lurks. By playing on this hardwired fear of the dark and combining frightening images with what was then state-of-the-art technology, the funhouse of the 20s and 30s created a new sensation.
All Discovery Channel voiceovers sound like that. Oh, it's the Elephant Man.
I think dark rides serve
those crazy
as a lampoon of death. It's a
Maybe this is where John Merrick's
cartoon
Remains
of
ended up.
fears.
It's a lampoon.
It's a way of
death.
dealing with it by sort of cheapening the subject into just entertainment shock value.
Ripped?
So it's
Yeah,
a way
ripped.
of not really dealing with the reality.
Yeah, see, there's the Elephant Man again.
Oh, it's the Winter Beach guy. That's weird.
For most of
Movie
its
fans, look
90
that up.
years, Pennsylvania's Bushkill Park has
Bushkill
operated
Park.
a
It's the
haunted
most American sounding theme park I can think of.
To
Bushkill.
ride this
To
working
drink a
antique,
bush and kill something.
to take a journey through the history
That old man is scarier than what you're about to go on, kids. Don't you worry. Oh, no okay,
The Haunted
okay.
Pretzel makes great use of darkness. You just do not know where you're going. You're just absolutely turning this way, and that disorientation is never better achieved than in the Haunted Pretzel.
The Haunted Pretzel.
I'm Neil Fainall, Bushkill Park. Right now I'm in the
Bushkill Park.
Haunted Pretzel at Bushkill Park.
Pretzel.
One of the oldest haunted dark rides of its kind in the country. I'd like to show you what makes it so spooky.
I'm a moth. I like to just look.
Look at
You
this.
can see
Look at how cheesy that is. There's nothing. So this is like all of the haunted houses that come at the fair.
Each bend that you
There's nothing in
go
them.
around,
They're just dark.
You feel something's going to jump out and scare you. You don't know what's going to happen next. Is it going to be a bat that falls out of the ceiling?
No.
Or is it going to be a monster?
It's gonna be three kids smoking a joint who got it off the ride in the middle.
This is one of the original
Yeah, right.
pretzel display pieces. This
Ew.
is Spider Woman, and she has spun a web back here, and this unsuspecting child is about to be entrapped in the web, and Spider Woman would then be eating her. People love to see things.
Thank
like
you.
this. They don't want to be the child that's going to be
He's so matter of fact. It's very Discovery of the 90s. It's very matter of
enjoy
fact.
those sites 60, 70 years ago, just like they do today.
70 years ago.
This is a girl that has just been decapitated
He's a
with
Trump
the
accent.
sword here, and right now they're getting ready to scalp her.
China.
It's
You
huge.
can see the vase of blood.
All these
It's gonna be
monsters, I got it.
huge.
They're huge. It's huge.
And they save that for whatever they do with it.
Watch out for the monster with the really little hands.
This is
And
Dead
there's
Dan,
Trump now.
And even though he's a dead
Making
guy
his signature
bastard,
horny noises.
I find it to be kind of funny because as the car's going by,
I always
Dan
find I
sits
come in
up.
my casket too.
Good night, Dan.
Thinking of your collection of special interest tapes, because you get them from Canada, I guess you don't probably get a lot of haunted attraction tapes. There was like a huge boom of those. You see those popping up at American thrift shops all the time that are like just literally like clubs that had videotapes about how to make a new thing for your haunted attraction because
Oh,
such big money
like,
of that in the States.
like haunted attraction magazine or something have their own tape. Oh, that sounds awesome. I wish I could find that. I mean, living up here in Canada, we are not, our thrift stores are just not the same. I find lots of great stuff, but I'm sure
it was just an American thing. Like Americans, the love for drive-ins and the love for making the haunted hayride in like the middle of the summer. Sometimes they didn't have to be Halloween. There were places that had haunted hayrides all year round.
All right, so in keeping with the idea that, you know, in the 70s and 80s, the Universal monster movies were coming back, and the old was new again, and what was popular back then was popular again. Here's a collection of commercials featuring a famed horror icon.
When you list your home with the Century 21 office, we look into every nook and cranny. Because to find the right buyer quickly, we've got to know what makes your home special.
Well, I'll pick you up in 10 minutes, and believe me, you're going to love it.
Last year, we put 1.5 million buyers and sellers together.
Who's it going to be?
One home at a time.
It's perfect.
That's right, it's Vincent Price.
With the house.
Century
Nobody
21,
sold out like Vincent Price did.
Oh man, in the 80s, he sold out so hard.
Scrubbing mildew stains is a monstrous job, so instead...
And then there's that guy, do you remember that dude?
Oh yeah.
Look
at old man in every sitcom.
Mildew stains vanish with no scrubbing.
Tilex, it makes a monstrous job easy.
On evenings like this, I like to curl up with a good book. The sort of book that lets the imagination run away with you. If you're like me and enjoy the mysterious and the unexpected.
Do you enjoy the mysterious and the unexpected?
You should.
A fascinating new series from Time
I'm like
Life
Vincent.
books about
I
the
do.
legends, myths, and folk tales of ages past.
Oh, good transition. Looks just like him, too.
Unlucky spirits condemned to haunt the world of the living. You'll find yourself in a world where valiant warriors battle fearsome dragons and scaly creatures snatch away beautiful babies.
These paintings are really good.
To life so vividly those inhabitants of the other world.
I wonder if they existed before or they were drawn for this, because they kind of look like, you know, the Magic the Gathering art.
Yeah, they all look like they're done by different artists too, so I think they are taken from stuff.
My favorite. It's an intriguing account of sorcery, spells, and deception. Other books include ghosts, fairies, and elves, and dragons. Painstakingly researched by the editors of Time Life books. Each volume is exquisitely illustrated and portrayed with master.
What does that mean? That they like encountered these things and were haunted by ghosts and stuff in a painstaking fashion? I was tortured by a witch for 4 weeks for this book. I got almost nothing out of it. Please buy it. Please.
All haunted Vice Network. We went and got killed by a witch for 7 years before writing this.
Oh, this should have been our phone number.
Oh yeah.
Keep it and pay just $14.95 plus shipping and handling. Others will follow.
$14.95. That's actually pretty expensive. That's like a $40 book. My dad tells this really great story about he was in business in Hamilton, you know, because lots of businessmen go to Hamilton. And he went to a Tim Hortons. And he was standing in line waiting to get his coffee. And then the voice in front of him ordered a double-double. He's like, I know that voice. And then Vincent Price turned around. And it was Vincent Price. And it had to be. And the only reason why he would have been there was because he was filming his segments for the Hilarious House of Frightenstein, which apparently he went to Hamilton and shot in like a couple of days. Whatever, 100 of them. He just banged them off in one go. And it just so happened that my dad was in Hamilton at the exact same time as Vincent Price and stood in line with him at a Tim Hortons.
The castle lights are growing dim. There's no one left but me and him. When next we meet in Frankenstone, don't come alone.
So you brought some commercials too? You want me to play your commercials now?
Just 2 store promos, because there's nothing better than retro memories of not going to a Scream, you're going to Woolworth for your toys and for your
Wilco.
Halloween costume.
Oh, look, perfect. Looks just like her, yep. Oh, I remember Darth Vader wearing that costume.
Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and many more at bare bones.
And the devil, it's got that classic Ben Cooper devil in there.
That's pretty good. Less than $5 for a whole costume. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Favorite Halloween haunts, Woolworth and Woolco.
It's an amazingly animated.
See, if it was animated, it was awesome back then. There's just something about old animation. Even if it's cruddy, it's still good.
Has the big bird Halloween
What? What the? And the
Look
Yoda.
how tall Yoda is. Why is he so lanky?
Sexy blue Yoda. Like what? But it just goes, Toys R Us has the big bird, the big bird.
So last year I showed you a short film called Shock that I found on tape 255 of the WC archive, which is literally just labeled horror, and it's got a bunch of stuff, and one of the movies was labeled Shock, and I have no idea who made it. And then I was skimming through that tape again, just, to see what else was on it. And I found another short film. I'm assuming this was made by the same people, but I'm not 100% sure. But I thought that you might dig this. So here we go. Here is
this is big news if it is. Because
here is Suicide Mania.
What?
It's the saddest music ever.
Days of Our Lives or something? Like...
So I think it is Days of Our Lives. Yeah.
And that record scratch?
Yeah. It's the sound of sadness is the record scratch.
Yeah, we're just gonna watch a suicide. Yeah. You gotta look back at Shock and see if it's the same bathroom.
Well, I think it's got to be the same people. Oh, and she dropped her blade.
Oh no!
Damn it!
It's gonna watch her bleed, and then it falls on someone's head on the floor, on the lower ground. Oh yeah, that's that kitchen.
Yeah, it's got to be the same kitchen. So whoever made Shock also made this.
Oh man, we need to know now. We're missing out on this amazing Super 8 collection of some
random person. I know, right?
They're like transgressive.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god! Because that would work, right?
Yeah, because you could easily choke yourself to death by doing that. 100%.
So alternative.
No, not working.
Especially because it's one of those like serrated belts that just stretches.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, it made her puke.
Milk. Over it pretty quick. It's a gun in the drawer. Whoa! What the? Shoot myself multiple times. Oh no, there's nothing.
No, it just doesn't work.
Shot myself 6 times in the face.
Oh, and then she breaks the knife.
Oh, too bad it was a rubber knife. That I made of. That's why she wants to die, because she's made of steel. She hasn't been able to steal anything.
Oh no, so sad. I assume her lover left her, and that's why she's trying to kill herself.
Or that she's made of steel and she hates it.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe that's the secret. As the world turns.
Oh, you can see the like damage on the film.
Yeah. It's the kind of damage that people like add to footage when they're trying to like look at archived like flashback memory stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they fake this kind of quality. It's 1982, and you're coming home from school. You want to watch some cartoons on the house's only TV, but when you come in, you hear this playing. Mom's watching her stories.
Oh, Mom, I want to watch cartoons.
It kept to this amazing song, whatever this is. Wait, did she just go to someone else's house to kill herself?
I think she just went back inside after a short breather outside. She just wanted to get some air to really think about it.
Whoa, this looks like the McMurderer basement. What's the fuck going on here? Oh, it's a garage.
And now she's pouring gasoline all over herself.
She's gonna turn into that dude on the Radio Machine cover. Yeah, well, I see the wedding photos because she's husband is.
Yeah, she's been scorned. A lover scorned. Oh, nope.
It's so dark, but like trying to be funny still. Oh, I already see how it's happening. Oh no! Are you?
And she slipped on a banana peel.
Oh!
I mean, she successfully failed. There you
go. I love the setup.
That's suicide.
You knew how it was going to happen at the end of that.
Well, that was actually a pretty good little short film for what it was.
Amazing. I loved it.
I knew you were going to like that. As soon as I found it, I was like, Adam's going to love this.
The guts to do that, but two, it actually like kind of worked well. Too bad that those days it was hard to like get access to generic music to be safe with it, but which made it funnier. But I don't know if that was necessarily supposed to be funny. That it was.
So I have no idea who made that. I'm going to assume it's the same people because that kitchen, you're right, does look exactly the same as the one from Shock. So I'm assuming it's the same people. But where that came from, I don't know, because the tape itself is a bootleg that the collector that I bought the collection from originally must have gotten from someone. Like it was a traded tape. It wasn't one of his tapes.
Yeah.
So who knows where that came from? If anyone out there has any information, I would love to know where that came from. We need to do
some investigating, folks.
Yeah, maybe we should get the creep on it.
Yeah, let's call Dingbat and the creeps. Nobody to the rescue.
Oh, all right. Well, do you have a little short film as well?
I got a clip from a movie as we play with some toys from some movies. It's the first zombie from Night of the Living Dead. I love how they assume he can be blue, right?
And what's his Flesh Eater, right? Is his movie that he made, which is actually pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, oddly many years later, I think too. But it's like he looked old then, so now he just aged into his face. Maybe I showed this last time. The Frankenstein monster from Big Bad Beetleborgs, the worst action figure ever. His head doesn't even move. His arms move, but that's it. And then the legs are solid. I got it at a
that's
garage
very
sale.
Frankenstein.
I'm hoping he came in like maybe a set with the rest of the monsters from that, like because they lived in a haunted house with a Dracula and a mummy. But if you bought this on its own, like I got it for like $1 at a garage sale. But I can imagine if you bought like this for like $10 when it came out.
It's like a real butthead.
So yeah, I brought a clip from one of the first ever films made by the legendary Z-movie guys, the Polonia brothers. But now that it's just the one Polonia, he knocks out movies every like month almost for the streaming services. It's not quite the same as when he and his brother were teenagers rocking their teenage mustaches and they were Super 8 and early 16 millimeter filmmakers. And then maybe this one might be on a VHS camera. I don't think they ever 16, maybe they did at one point, but they for sure had like one or two that tried to do the Super 8 thing. Most of the time, though, they realized it's super easy and quicker to just get two VCRs and edit them that way and put it in a camera. However, also means that you're filming the sound with the little fuzzy microphone on the top of your VCR camera, which will be very apparent. So we'll try to be a little bit quiet, even though we're not really missing anything. This is not the end of the film, but it's sort of getting to what do they call that? The penultimate moment in the movie called well, the denouement's afterwards, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
Right. The penultimate is the leading up to the end, to the climax of the movie Hallucinations, which is like the third or fourth movie that they made together as a bunch of kids. There's really no explaining the film, but let's see if this inspires you to want to watch it.
All right.
Polonia Brothers, Hallucination. Why Mark won't wear a shirt is really weird.
Go find Todd.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely shot on tape.
Hurry.
And the dub over music also just feels like this must be stolen.
Or somebody's playing it live in the background. Oh, excuse me.
Todd, where are you?
They're filming this at night while mom's sleeping, so they're like, we have to write a scene where we whisper.
Don't wake up mom.
Todd, George.
Oh no. Oh. Jeez.
Oh no.
He was slightly more successful than the girl in Suicide Mania, I guess.
Oh, he didn't commit suicide. Something did that to him.
I see. It's always something. Oh, that little mustache is so good.
Earlier in the film, they both had mustaches, but in this scene, now Mark just doesn't have one. It's gone, and there's explanation for it.
Oh, such a meaty skull.
Yeah. Whatever the hell that is. The attempt to try to make it go in slow motion.
Oh, it looks like one of the Templar Knights from the
Blind Dead movies.
Yeah. I love those zombie movies. They're so good. The Blind Dead flicks. There's just something about crusty old Templar Knight zombie that really gets me going.
There was a really recent one, and they tried to make it really gory and like post-apocalyptic. It was like, why would you do that?
There's new Blind Dead movies?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I don't think I want to watch those.
It's weird.
Those movies are best from their time. Oh, just take a little head cheese off and...
What are you saying? What are you saying, Ghost? John Polonia's acting is amazing. They had to kill off their friend Todd so they could put someone in the costume.
It's not real.
Necessity.
What are you talking about? God damn it, it's standing right there. In our minds. I was trying to tell you that.
Oh boy, give this kid an Oscar.
Don't you see? Don't you see that is us? That's the separation of us. The wedge between us caused these hallucinations and these phantoms.
These phantoms.
No!
Imagine these like two, I don't know, 17-year-old kids with bad mustaches. It reminds me of the one bully from The Simpsons when he's like, yeah, I'm starting to grow a teenage mustache. And then the fact that Mark decides halfway through the movie to take his shirt off. Oh, I better take my shirt off. I'm starting to chafe.
Well, it seems as good a reason as any.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was pretty good for what it was. Like that skeleton with the head cheese all over him looked real tasty.
What the hell that is? Yeah. It is bad as their acting was as kids. They at least back then were like giving it. Like they didn't know how, but they had this like, no, this is really important. This is really serious. Then once they had started doing that stuff as a regular basis, once they were adults and had kids, if Mark shows up in one of his own films, it's like, oh, all right, this is where the movie's kind of over, because he shows up and goes, "Hey everyone, I am the scientist. I want you to know that King Kong is coming back." And it's like, even if he just did the terrible stuff he did as a kid, if he came in and overacted it, it would have been so much better. But there's when the two brothers were together, especially when they were young, they're you just see this moment of like kid film guys. You're like, these two were really nerdy guys, and they were each other's best friends to that creepy twin level. But they're like, we got a camera, and I figured out how to change the one wire on the back of the VCR so I can add music tracks on a second audio track when I dub it over. And they're like, well, then that's a movie, right? That's as much as it is. That's just who needs anything more.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Video Hosers coming up after this.
Chicago. A man is about to get on a routine flight. Suddenly he pauses. He doesn't know why, but he's got to walk away. An hour later, the plane goes down in flames. It's dismissed as chance. Britain. A woman has a sudden image of a black mountain that's moving, with children trapped underneath it. 2 hours later, a Welsh schoolhouse is buried in an avalanche of coal slag. It's dismissed as coincidence. Northern Texas. An unidentified flying object is reported by at least a dozen people. Although there were no storms in the area, it's dismissed as lightning. Now, Time Life Books announces an important new library, Mysteries of the Unknown, a series that explores the most controversial phenomena of our time and tells you everything that can be known. The Midwest. A mother feels a sharp pain in her right hand. Far away at that exact same moment, her daughter screams as she touches a hot pan. Just chance? Or is it telling us something about our own untapped capabilities? Mysteries of the Unknown goes deeper into unexplained phenomena than ever before. It documents the facts and uncovers what people were never willing to talk about. Stonehenge. A visitor fashions a wire antenna in the shape of an ancient Egyptian symbol. He points it at the stones, and a surge of power rushes into his arm, knocking him unconscious. Was it all in his mind, or was it much more than that? To experience Mysteries of the Unknown, examine your first volume, Mystic Places, for 10 days free. Then decide if you want to dismiss it.
Hey, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make a phone call?
I think we should. With high technology, we should make a phone call.
All right, so here, let me pull up the phone line option that I have. You may remember this from back in the day, and wouldn't it be absolutely amazing if this still worked and we called and we got to hear our good friend? That's
Once
right,
again, foolish Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
Dial this number now.
The fact that wasn't even his voice.
Bedtime stories.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not Robert Englund doing this.
So dial this number now if you dare, and prepare for a scare. Freddy Krueger has a special.
It looked like he was doing that girl scream.
Plus, when you dial 1-900-860-4FRED, you can win in the Freddy's Dead Video Sweepstakes. 2 grand prize winners each get a trip for 2 to Hollywood to attend the 3rd annual Horror Hall of Fame Award Show.
That'd be cool.
It's a real Freddy glove.
You get an actual Freddy glove.
Autographed by Robert Englund. Second prize, an official Freddy's Dead cast and crew jacket. And we'll have hundreds of runners-up who'll get Western Graphics Freddy posters, Impel's Freddy trading cards, Metal Blades Freddy's Dead soundtrack, subscriptions to Fangoria magazine, Innovations Freddy's Dead comic books, or graphic novelization. So call today. We've saved the best for
right at that time where people just first started to say graphic novel.
Only tell them Freddy sent you.
We're going to give the Freddy line a call. We've talked about this one before. I think we've even brought it up on the very first time that we started doing this, on the very first episode of Video Hosers.
It's scarred in the brains of everyone.
So, I mean, what do you think? You think it's still there? You think we're going to get to talk to Fred himself?
I mean, he will forever haunt our dreams, so we can only hope.
Oh, sorry, stupid poopy Adam. Oh, whoops. Oh, you shouldn't have seen that. Oh. Okay, so.
Okay, you're Morgan Buttface on my phone.
900 860 4 Fred. So F. I'm smart. I can do this. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, call
Failed.
failed. It didn't even.
Yeah,
It
I don't
didn't
think.
even
I
go
think
to it.
aren't like 900 numbers just like not a thing anymore.
I guess they're not. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so disappointing. Well, I guess that answers that question. Well, that's disappointing. I was really hoping that we'd call the Freddy line and Freddy himself would be there.
It'd be great that if they kept that line open until obviously it wouldn't be open for very long because it's really associated to a prize. It was a competition.
Yeah.
But it'd be amazing if it was open for a long time until the remake. And then they were just like, fuck this noise. We're done.
It's too long. We've been doing this for too long.
Oh my God.
What the hell was that? What just happened?
I was spooky ninjas this time. I was.
Oh God, those
Can you
fucking
believe
ninjas.
There's ghost ninjas out there. That's bullshit.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm
good?
fine.
Are you good to carry on?
Yeah, sorry. It left me in a daze. I better put my glasses on.
Oh no, not these things. Ugh. Oh. Perhaps the most horrifying thing of all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, that's yeah, the ninjas are still here, folks. Even on Halloween. Man, there were so many moments where ninjas were so popular that like every kid was just a ninja for Halloween. They just wore like
yeah,
a mask.
I don't think I ever went as a ninja. Sadly.
Yeah, I don't think I did, but I definitely anytime I went with a bunch of kids, there was always one kid that was because it was just something in the house they could cover themselves in, all in black or all in white, and go, "What? I'm a ninja."
It's an easy costume.
Yeah, they usually probably had a toy sword somewhere. But
all right, well, what else do we have? I think we got there's something here called Echoes. I'm not entirely sure what it is.
I mean, do you have something else? Because we could also go out on that.
Okay, if you want to go out on that, well, then I do have a small clip, but I wasn't. This is just more like it's not horror related. I found it and I thought I'd show it to you.
$250.77 should put more snap in your life. $250.77.
More snap in your life.
Here's our exchange.
Oh, you used parts of this before? I've seen it.
I do recognize this guy, but I don't know from what.
The way he like
Hickory High School Drama Club is presenting Death Takes a Holiday Friday and Saturday at 8 o'clock at the Hickory High School Auditorium. Call 981-8750 for ticket information. 981-8750. Phone's ringing for $250.77. $250.77. Good afternoon. This is Rich Morgan on TV 27's Money Movie.
Oh, it's Rich Me.
You have 30 seconds to tell me how much we have in our Money Movie jackpot.
Fuck you.
Yeah!
Interesting.
Yeah!
To our Money Movie jackpot. Here's
he didn't make the money, but it was worth it. Worth it, kid.
And long pause while somebody calculates. Oh, there we go.
$260.04. $260.04. Now let's continue on TV 27's Money Movie with Under the Yum Yum Tree.
Under the Yum Yum Tree. There you go.
That needs to stay in. We need that on the show. That's fine. That's all about the tricking and treating.
Yeah, there you go. That was the trick, and it was our treat.
Yeah.
There
he
you go.
got the treat of the money because he wasn't watching. So he egged that guy's house over the phone.
and he was a rich me. So there you go. That's even better.
Rich boy. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I've definitely seen clips of that guy's show because I just remember all those awkward pauses where he has to like wait for them to answer, so he reads some sort of advertisement, and then he has to wait for them to calculate the next number every time.
Nothing like long pauses on television to really amp things up, right?
Well, speaking of amping things up, this is how we're going to end this day. I'll be playing another clip of this at the Son of Terrible Fest, but this is a bit that I just cut out because it's a longer video. It's from a Brazilian death metal / black metal band. If you could even call them that, except for the corpse paint on, that's why you know they're that. But and one of the first shows we ever did before there was even video hosers, we brought Shout to the world, that crazy metal guy with his crazy makeup and his badly in tune guitar. Well, the band Echoes makes his guitar seem immaculate, and I feel like Echoes knows they're doing this because I think it's supposed to be like anti everything, so their music is supposed to be anti sound. And this song that we're going to play is actually one of the better ones. So imagine what it's going to be like. Prepare your ears. It can be painful to those who are not attuned to this type of music. But what it is all about is the video. These guys are genius. They're two guys, and you know that the band could have been bigger, but I have a feeling these guys are so evil and so dark that they couldn't have anyone else in the band. So therefore, for their music videos, they couldn't get any actors. So what do? They sit on their computer and they make their own actors. So is there any other messages to tell the world? What do we got coming up on WOC this month?
WOC, we're showing live from Dracula Live from Transylvania, hosted by George Hamilton, which is a TV special about vampires and Dracula, all from live from Transylvania with these amazing live segments, like legitimately live from a castle in Transylvania, because there's these amazing pauses where George Hamilton does not start at each commercial break or where it comes back from commercial, and he just stands there for a second like, oh, hi everybody. Like it takes him a moment. So then it's great. So I hope everybody tunes in for that. It'll be a good time.
We're going to play a bunch of other like classic commercials for candy and things like that on that one as well. So we'll see you back at that. Also, Riot at the Movies, we'll have a couple other videos up at that point, just talking about people's Halloween movies they want to watch. And at some point we will post us watching a Trolls Halloween special if we get around to getting a chance to do that. We'll see. But if nothing else, on Halloween, our Patreon features will become free, so you'll be able to see the of us watching the Elvira special. And I also on terriblefest.com put last year's download Halloween special that came with like a 30-minute Halloween mixtape afterwards. It's a totally free download. So if you go to the website there, you can get that for free. So you can see how stupid we were a year ago and how we haven't grown up since.
Not in the least.
For now, let's take it away. Eh? Let's take off, hosers. But we're going to Brazil for the band Echoes, and you are not ready for this.
I can't imagine I am. Here we go.
Take off, eh?
This is music? Looks like a budget Alice Cooper.
Even for like legendary bands with like full-on corpse painted, they're a budget version of it. They turn into bats.
Oh, yeah, those look like really, yeah, that's some good quality CGI right there. Oh my goodness.
Cold though there in Romania or Brazil.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's actually pretty good. Oh, okay. Well, you're groping her in a weird way. What is up? What? They're still perking up, even though she's laying back. That's pretty impressive. Quite a boob job. What the hell? Oh, nice horns.
Nice horns, lady. Hey,
oh, those ones don't have horns yet. They haven't risen to the level of horns yet.
Because they knew they just wanted to like
wait, it's just like Just slowly patting her chest. What the fuck? Oh, Nosferatu showed up. Oh, and whoever that was. Oh my goodness. He killed Prince Valiant. Oh, now the zombies come. Who also bite like vampires, apparently. Actually, not bad.
We got all these babes in our video. Good night, everybody.
Oh. Take off, eh? Thanks for tuning in to the spoopiness that whatever the fuck that was.
Take
Bye.
Spooky.